Hi, I'm back again. We're going to talk some more about the loan signing process. We're going to talk about when you're actually at the table. Now, everyone's setup is going to be a little bit different. You might be in someone's home, you might be handling their loan paperwork, but you are in control of the documents. You must remember that, okay? Now, I set up the table to control the flow of the documents. I've done signings in some pretty out of the way places. I've done a signing in a library. I've done a signing in McDonald's. Outside at a Starbucks at a table. Done a signing in a doctor's office. I've done a signing on a boat. You just never know where you're going to end up. So set up the table to control the workflow. You're going to have in front of you 80 plus documents. You might have one signer, you might have a spouse and spouse, you might have siblings, you might have more than one. So I set up the workflow as such. I have my documents, I have a person across from me, I hand them one signature page at a time. Now, let me go back a step. Oftentimes they say don't take the documents out of order. You want to comply with this. You take the first signature page. If it's not a signature page that they have to sign, I take the page, turn it face down to my right. I hand them the signature page. They sign, they date, they hand it back to me. I check it, signature, date. I turn it face down on top of the first document. You go to the next document, you hand it to them. If it's a couple, you hand it to them, he moves it over to her, and the person hands it back to you. Little round robin. One document at a time. You check it, you notarize it if you need to, place it face down. You're going to go through this for the entire package, one document at a time. When you're finished with all the documents, you gather them all together in your stack, say, excuse me, I'm just going to take a minute to go through all the documents to make sure we didn't miss anything, okay? And they're often okay with this. They'll go have a cup of tea. Sometimes they might sit there and chat. It doesn't matter because you're going to check these documents twice. And you're going to check them one page at a time. And you're going to check one page at a time. Don't feel rushed. Because if you don't check and you make a mistake, you might end up having to come back to the borrower's home at your cost, and it might be disruptive to them, and it might make the loan not able to close on time because you didn't send the documents back on time. So this is a process you do not rush, okay? Something that helps me expedite the process before I get there, and this is something I do, I will take the documents when I'm home. Here we go. I go through them. Wherever there's a signature that's needed, I mark it with this. Wherever there's a notarization needed, I'll take another one of a different color and mark the page. That way, when I get to the page, I know that it needs to be signed and or notarized. Another thing that helps me expedite things, in my journal, I will go through the package before I leave home. After I print it before I leave home, I'll go through the package to find the notarized documents, and I'll list them in my journal. I don't fill out any other information other than listing them. That helps me expedite the process. You will find what works for you. Whatever process you choose, do not rush. Do not feel intimidated to rush. You will have distractions. You will have a pet. You will have kids. You will have kids asking their parents questions about homework. You will have bad weather. You will have good weather. You'll have plans in your mind of what you need to do later. Eliminate all of your distractions. This is your focus. Okay? Tips from Lisa.